Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to get our hands dirty and build the absolute best foundation for your plants, a high-performance, totally organic super soil. We're going to build it from scratch, and trust me, it's designed to make your life as a grower so much easier. So, if you're a small grower, you know the drill, right? The complicated feeding schedules, the constant pH checks, a shelf just overflowing with bottles. It's a lot. But what if there was a simpler, more natural way to get those same incredible results? Well, that's exactly the promise of a properly built super soil. It's this really elegant organic solution that simplifies your entire growing cycle down to one simple, beautiful principle: just add water. So here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with the big idea, then we'll dive into a little bit of the science behind it. After that, we'll get to the fun part, building the recipe. And we'll wrap up with how to use and even reuse your living soil for years to come. Okay, so what is this just add water promise really all about? Let's break down what makes this method such a game changer, especially if you're a grower who wants amazing results without all the daily hassle of mixing nutrients. The secret here, it isn't magic, it's biology. Super soil is what we call a living soil. So instead of just thinking of it as dirt, I want you to picture it as this bustling, microscopic city. You're actually cultivating a whole community of good bacteria and fungi that act like personal chefs for your plant. They digest all the organic stuff and deliver nutrients right to the roots exactly when the plant needs them. Now, to build that amazing living ecosystem, we need to understand just a little bit of basic soil science. I promise, knowing the why behind the recipe is the real key to getting the results you're after. At its very core, any great soil has to do four things really well. It has to anchor the plant, hold on to moisture, provide food, and, this is a big one, allow for air. Plant roots are super sensitive. They need to breathe. So our number one priority is creating a light, airy structure that doesn't get waterlogged. The choice of what you use for your base is so critical. For a long time, people used peat moss, but it's really acidic and you have to do a lot to correct it. Coco coir, on the other hand, it starts out almost in the perfect pH range. Plus, it's a sustainable resource, and it just has this fantastic natural structure for aeration. Honestly, for our super soil, it's the clear winner. And this brings us to something that's just non-negotiable. pH is everything. If your soil's pH drifts outside that sweet spot, we're talking about 6.3 to 6.5, your plant could be sitting in a buffet of nutrients and still starve to death. The minerals literally get locked up chemically and the roots just can't absorb them. That's why building a soil with a stable pH from the very beginning is so important. All right, now we're getting to the really fun part. Let's look at the shopping list, the organic building blocks we're going to use to create this absolute powerhouse of a growing medium. Okay, so every single one of these ingredients has a specific job. We've got our nitrogen sources for that awesome leafy growth, and phosphorus for strong roots and big flowers. But the absolute superstar here, the MVP of the whole mix, is the worm castings. They're not just fertilizer, they are the biological engine of the soil. They're packed with all those beneficial microbes that kickstart the entire living ecosystem. Think of them like probiotics for your soil. Okay, time to put it all together. This recipe, which was made famous by the grower Subcool, is for a really concentrated super soil that's going to act as a nutrient reservoir for your plants for their entire life. This right here is the heart of the whole method. We start with a good quality organic-based soil, and then we just supercharge it with all these amendments. Notice how we've got both long-term phosphorus sources like bone meal and rock phosphate, but also more fast-acting nutrients from the guano and blood meal. The lime keeps that pH stable, and the azomite, that gives us a full spectrum of all those essential trace minerals. Now, the key to success here is getting everything mixed perfectly. You can't just dump it all in a pile and hope for the best. You gotta spread your base soil out, add your amendments in layers, and mix it up really well after each addition. The goal is for every single handful of soil to have the exact same balanced blend. Once it's all mixed, you just moisten it until it feels like a damp sponge you've just wrung out. So, you've mixed it, you've moistened it, but you are not done yet. In fact, the most important ingredient is one you can't even buy. It's time. Right now, this mix is what we call hot. It is packed with raw, concentrated organic stuff. If you put a plant in here right now, it would be a disaster. Curing, or cooking, is this vital biological process where all those microbes you added get to work. They start digesting those raw ingredients, breaking them down, and stabilizing the whole mix into a balanced, plant-safe ecosystem.
This is the mandatory waiting period, and I'm serious, there are absolutely no shortcuts here. If you use this soil before it's cured for at least 6 weeks, it will be way too potent and chemically unstable. It will literally burn your plants. Patience during this phase is the true key to making this whole thing work.
So what's your job during the cure? It's simple. Keep the soil in a warm, dark place and turn the pile every week or two. This gets fresh oxygen in there and stops any anaerobic pockets from forming. It just makes sure those good microbes can do their job everywhere. After about 10 weeks, you are good to go. All right, your perfectly cured living super soil is ready for action. Let's talk about how to use it the right way to protect your young plants and then how to keep this amazing soil going for the long haul. This is one of the most important steps, so listen up. Never, ever put a seedling or a young plant directly into the concentrated super soil. It's just too strong. Instead, you fill the bottom half or 2/3 of your pot with the super soil. Then you add a buffer layer of just plain, unamended potting soil on top. Your young plant goes into that safe zone, and as its roots grow down, they'll tap into that rich reservoir of nutrients exactly when they're mature enough to handle it. The plant gets to decide. And here's the best part, especially for a small grower. Do not throw this soil away after your harvest. You just spent weeks building this incredibly valuable microbial ecosystem. All you do is break up the old root ball, add some fresh compost and worm castings to recharge it, let it rest for a bit, and it's ready for the next round. The amazing thing is, with each cycle, the soil life actually gets stronger, meaning your soil gets better and better over time. Ultimately, this whole method is about shifting your perspective. When you build a living soil, you're not just feeding a plant anymore. You're managing a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem. You go from being a chemist mixing all those bottles to being more like a farmer, cultivating life. Your soil becomes your greatest long-term partner in the garden.